We got Dorothy, gonna be a Shadow Priest God playing for us, boys. Shadow Priest showed us how it is done versus Chrysler. Destruction Warlock, Caster versus Caster. We gonna get interrupt, silences, and everything all day in this BG or in this arena. If any of those guys decide, I want to one best out of 5, we're gonna make it a best out of 5. But until then, until we find out, it's a best out of 3 for now. We'll see where it goes. It's going to be Dorothy running out right now on his Gladiator mount. Oh, you got the new Gladiator mount for this season. That's how good this guy is. Versus Chrysler. Going to go for a Demonic Gateway early. Dorothy is going to approach him. Trying to hug around the corner. He's going to get a fear on both him and the pet. Vampiric Touch is coming out on both him and the pet. Going to get a lot of damage out of it. Mind Blast coming out. Trying to get out of the way. Is going to get a big old Mind Bender up and running with a big old Void Eruption going a little early. Chrysler's is taking a bit of damage from the dot and the Mind Bender. Dorothy's still going to go for a Mind Seer, I think, off of the pet. Trying to maintain his resources the best as he can. Looks like Chrysler dots are going to be going down a little bit. Actually stun the pet and killing the pet. Fortunately, Chrysler to actually resummon the pet. Dorothy, one with his full Void form, is going to get hit with a Horror into an Immolate into a Root. Problem from distance, no, actually gets to line. Chrysler does get hit with a Root, but Chrysler is going to dip behind the pillar again. Dorothy might come out in the open. He's going to wait and hide around the corners. Going to see a Casbolt running. Going to try to get away. Maybe he can get something. Shadowmeds are coming out behind the corner. Getting interrupted by the pet as the pet is going to be on him. The pet is going to steal some buffs from Dorothy. There's going to be Vampiric Touch coming out. Chrysler's going to get hit. There's going to be Void Eruption coming out. Silence coming into Chrysler. Dorothy's able to get some damage in. It's going to be Maledict onto Dorothy right now as Reflect comes in for Chrysler. Fear coming out of that. Dorothy, is he going to go for a Reflect? No, it looks like he did dispel Reflect off of Chrysler. It's going to be a big old Infernal coming down right now. Chrysler has massive damage available. Getting hit up with a stun in the opener as he's going cooldowns. Dorothy's actually getting a counter offensive with it. Chrysler is going to get a Horror effect rolling. Maledict is going to hit him as we see a Disperse coming out of Dorothy. It is an ability I haven't seen in a long while. I'm not used to calling it. It's going to be the pet over there with all the reflects and all the interrupts. Gonna be wall coming out for Chrysler pretty early on, trying to get a Shadow heal in there, trying to see if he can juke out the pet. Chaos Bolt trying to come out, maybe a Fear. Chrysler decided to go for Shadow Bolt, misses it. Chaos Bolt to come out, getting silenced on it. Mind Blast trying to come out. Chrysler isn't at execute range. Dorothy does have the resources rolling. That's gonna be reflect for Chrysler. It looks like Chrysler has to resummon the pet as his health is going down little by little. Still dotted up. His health is looking like not as great. Oh, he just died in a dot spree. What was that, Dorothy? What was that? Those dots are so strong. Is it like a full mastery build or something? Does mastery above the dots? What is that? Holy shit, that was insane. MML, Zacati, let me know when both of you are ready. We gotta get back in there. I had a brain aneurysm trying to compensate that. I forgot all the Shadow Priest defenses because we never see them, chat. We never see them. Oh my god. That's some strong dot damage. Alrighty, chat. Alright, let's see if these guys are changing up the strats any. Looks like Dorothy is staying with exactly the same strat as he's got, already mounted up, already trying to get out of the arena as fast as he can. This man is already ready. Looks like he's playing with the same playstyle. Chrysler is going to play the same talents he played just now. Reflect is there. Does have the big burst with the Infernal and Dark Soul Wall. And it's still going to play the pet. Could maybe go for some CC chain onto Dorothy with a Succubus, but I don't think that might be a good position. But could maybe. Maybe that might be the play, because I know you want to interrupt Dorothy on cast, but what if the CC chains might be stronger? You never really know. Good luck and have fun for the both of them. Prox and Zacati, if they can leave as the duels goes on, man. It's going to be Dorothy. Take the first one. Chrysler is going to try to see if he can get himself one win back. It's going to be a better arena with the ports. Could set him up with Demonic Gateway. Looks like Dorothy is going to allow for it. Letting Chrysler get a port. Is going to kind of chill in the middle. Forcing out the Warlock to come to him. Going to get behind the pillar. Going to be able to get some dots rolling a little early. Immolate going to come out. Going to get the VTs up and running. Not going to get interrupted early. There's going to be Drain Left coming in early for Chrysler's. Dorothy is just going to get some casts in there. Trying to get a Mind Control into Chrysler. Is going to land a Mind Control. You're just walking up next to him. Probably going to go for a Fear to follow. Is not going to go for a Fear. Just Mind Control and walked him away. And now he's going to drop Chrysler onto the ground. He's just playing with his foot at this point. That's going to be Reflect for Chrysler up early. Not really sure if he wanted to do that. But Dorothy is going to get those dots back up and running as he does get to dispel Chrysler. Cryzer gets a few pot shots, and that's going to be Darthy getting a heal or two. Dodges that stun. That stun completely missed. What was that? The pillar completely stopped it. That's going to be some chaos bolts coming out for Cryzer, but Darthy gets some cooldowns of his own, trying to land a back-to-back fear. That's going to be Darthy getting feared. Is that going to be fear pathing? No, it eats the chaos bolt in the face. Going to get the void eruptions rolling, and Cryzer is still out in the middle. Still has a fair amount of health. Darthy is going to go for Mind Flay against the pet to maintain the resources. Going to get a silencer to Cryzer, get some damage in, re-dotting him up right now. The pet doesn't get a stun. Actually, I think the pet died back there. Killed the pet, and just tried to stop Cryzer from being able to summon another one. Continued to pelt him with void eruptions. Mind control to keep him next to himself. Could go for a fear off this very well use of mind control into a fear as Infernal crashes down onto Darthy's head. If Cryzer has some cooldowns available, he could do something. Gonna walk Darthy off. Gonna roll Cryzer off of that. Cryzer needs to get a pet up and running. Try to summon a second Fellow Hunter. Gonna get one running. Darthy has the Infernal rolling on him, but he's gonna need to run behind the pillar. Cryzer does have cooldowns up and running. Darthy's trying to get himself a cast off. Might have to go. Oh, was that a great... Did it fade that horror effect? I think it just faded the horror. That's going to be dispersed onto Maledict Trinket. That's going to be Cryzer. Going to go for Reflect. Shadow Bolts are going to come out. Darthy's going to take a bit of damage. He's going to be able to get massive heals right now with Void Eruption. Cryzer is completely locked out with a silence into a stun. While wall is up, Maledict Trinket is going to slam on him. And he goes down. And that's going to be Darthy. Taking another one out, going up Rex versus Zakati. Let's just go into another one. What is this game? What is this Shadow Freeze? Is going to juke out Zakati on his cast, completely on his kicks. Going to shackle Undead. The dead, no. Going to get stunned up as he's trying to shackle Undead. This man knows all his abilities like the back of his mind. Going to get a mind control into Zakati. He's going to get a grip. Trying to go for mind control. I don't think a Shadow Priest can do anything against Zakati right now, man. Trying to let him mind control, maybe won't get kicked. AMS is going to lock him. Trying to get to dodge kicks, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Yeah, I guess the DK, that's a whole nother story. But I guess the Warlock, that's pretty good. Cryzer, do you want to try to make it a best out of 5? Do you want to try to make it a best out of 5? Do you want to get a last third game in there? Just for the sake of it, with a random arena. Either way, Cryzer, man. That Shadow Priest is insane. Shadow Priest didn't have CDs. Plus Shadow Priest didn't cast any. Sure, bring it. Best of 5? Hold on. Best of 5? Let's make it a best of 5. I think it'll be fun because Cryzer could maybe come back with a best of 5, man. Let's do it. Because with his third game, man, if that's it, that's it. But if Cryzer comes back, he can keep going and going and going. Yes, there we go. Best out of 3. Dalaran Stewards, we're going to have Darthy himself. This man, he is the guy with a 200 K view video. Darthy. With literally that video where the Shadow Priest got 200,000 views. So this man is back in with a duel. We need to see Darthy. What is that actually? Darthly. I could call him Darthy, but it's Darthly. We call him Darth. Darth versus Cryzer. We need to see Darth in these duels more often, man. This man knows what's up. I love the play that he had. I love the mind control play. It felt like he was just playing with his food. When he walked Cryzer with 2 mind controls and walked him off. And then one time with the Inferno. That was nutty. It's going to be Cryzer versus Darth. There's a lot different of an arena. Not a lot of LOS to work with. Going to get a gateway up and running. And Darth is going to charge at him. Going to get rooted out in the open. Once he kind of back up, it looks like he's going to back up. After he gets dotted up by Cryzer. It looks like the pet is already still in buffs from him. Going to peel back. And Darth is going to be able to get a dot up on the pet. It's going to go for a Mind Seer to AoE Cryzer a bit. But it's going to generate some resources off it. Going to continue to pump and power word shield as much as he can to get the resources for Insanity rolling. The pet is up and running. It is going to be Cryzer out in the open. Darth is not going to dismount yet. Once they actually get close to Cryzer, decide, you know what, I need to go behind the pillar. Maybe he can get a cast off. Trying to get a Vampiric Touch off the pet. Shot him in. Not going to get interrupted. Fear coming in as Cryzer gets up close. Trinkets out of immediately. Into an Infernal. Into a Fear onto Darth. He stuns. Cryzer off the bat. Has a lot of dots that he can put up. But looks like he's just cleansing Cryzer off of all his cooldowns. Off of all his buffs. And Darthy just wants to get some range. It's going to go for Void Eruption. It's going to go greater than that Chaos Bolt. That Chaos Bolt missed completely. And Darthy is able to maybe get a cast to heal. Sees the pet coming around. Not going to go get himself locked out. That's going to be horror as the silences Cryzer. So he covered himself onto that CC. Shadow Fury trying to come out. And that's going to be Cryzer with the Reflect. Darthy is going to go for a Disperse right now. As Cryzer is just playing so hyper offensive versus Darthy. Trying to land a Shadow Man. Cryzer is going to land a Fear on him. Summoning Fellow Hunter as the Fellow Hunter is just dying all the time. Trying to land a Chaos Ball. Darthy's going to line it. Fellow Hunter's out in the open. Looks like maybe he might have missed a cast or so. That's going to be Cryzer getting a root onto Darthy. Darthy is going to be able to dot them both up. And Darthy does have some self-heals on his side. Cryzer is going to pull his pet back. And Crysis is going to get root onto Dorothy out in the open. Try to get an immolate, but those casts are a little bit too long. Dorothy making sure to get a cast out before he can. That's going to be trying to run up, trying to land a fear. Going to try to get a heal in there, and it's going to get a fear off of that fear. Vampiric Touch getting reset off of him and the pet into a Void Eruption. Immolate with wall coming up for Crysis, trying to get some big damage. That is going to be, oh my goodness, that is going to be Greater Fate. That's going to be Cannonball. It's going to hit. Malekith Trigger coming out of Dorothy though, and Crysis is going to take some damage on, oh my, Lenoa. What? Demo to you, Leno. Thank you so much for the big old dono. What the fuck? I'll talk about in a second. That's gonna be a horror for Chrysler though. Try to get out. Chickens out of that horror. It's a stun to Chrysler. Immolate coming in for Chrysler. Dorothy's out in the open. Has full health. Lenoa. That's a big old dono. Can we get a hashtag? Lenoa, my man. I don't even. Oh my god, I don't even know. As Chrysler gonna be very low health, does get a port out, barely health, and that Execute doesn't have a lot to work with. Has a reflect as a last ditch effort, is gonna try to let her reflect, maybe fear. Dorothy ends up sniping him out with an Execute, and that is how you do it. That is game. Shadow Priest looks like was a hard counter to what a Destro Warlock is. Oh my god, can we get a hashtag Glendova in chat with a big old donut of 200 sec? Is that 20 bucks? That looks like the color thing. Looks like 20 bucks. Thank you so much, Lenoa. I appreciate you, my man. Lenoa, you gotta have you duel, man. We gotta have you duel as Zemo. We gotta have you duel. We'll have you duel. Maybe not today, but definitely another day, man. Definitely. We got, what, Sunday we can do duels? Maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. I'm open.